Welcome in Sunday 10 a.m. football edition of No One to Blame. I am juiced up today, boys. How we feeling?
Good good
Energy's
college
low.
slate yesterday.
Let's go!
We got to start the show over? What the beep? Anyways, hey, before we get going, guys, let's talk about our newest show sponsor, No One to Blame show sponsored, Altered Grounds. Kev, play that music.
Yeah, we've got Alter Grounds, St. Louis and Metro East award-winning outdoor living company. Alter Grounds is the area's top professional landscape company. They are a family-owned and operated business serving St. Louis and the Metro East for 20-plus years. Their mission is to make your home or business stand out from the rest. They specialize in elegant landscaping and outdoor living and were renowned for their dramatic, better-than-TV backyard transformations. They offer free consultations year-round. Get $300 off your project of $3,000 or more with code AGNOTB. AGNOTB. Some of the services they include, but not limited to landscaping, patios, retaining walls, fire pits, fireplaces, water features, stonework, concrete work, lighting, rock and mulch delivery, pools. Summer comes around next year. Check the pools out, man. Check them out on Instagram. Good stuff. Weather. Got that bad weather coming in this winter. Hit them up for snow removal, snow plowing. They will get you clear and ready to drive.
Free consultations all year, St. Louis, Metro East area. But don't just limit yourself there. If you're in the Midwest, you're watching the show, Altered Grounds. Use code AGNOTB, $300 off, $3,000 or more. And the pools. Speaking of the pools, we're also brought to you by Kayak Pools, Western New York. #1 pool dealer, as I've been calling them now. I don't think they like that, but here we are. Kayak Pools is the hassle-free pool experience that empowers customers to turn their own backyard into a fun and relaxing family destination. Summer is over. Now is the time to start thinking of that pool. If you're in Western New York or the surrounding areas to the Midwest, use Kayak Pools, use Altered Ground. They have the best pools. Go and check them out, guys. Last one. W Energy. Kev, pull that up for me. Our newest sponsor, W. W is an amazing energy drink that's made with clean ingredients to give you the energy boost you need with no crash. They also offer an electrolyte drink to keep you hydrated. Hit the link in the bio. Use promo code DUE, D-U-E. Get 10% off your first purchase. DUBBY.GG. Promo code DUE, D-U-E. 10% off your first purchase. The bills are paid. How we feeling, boys?
Got them.
Fired up.
Good.
Fired up.
Woo! Hey, we got to talk. We got to talk a little college football. Okay, yesterday was wild. You guys have any bets out there?
Thankfully, no.
No bets. Hey, I watched with a free mind. No money attached. No.
Must have been nice, man. I got
Yeah.
I did all right. Didn't hit my two big teasers. Didn't hit my lotto. If I did, I wouldn't be here today. I'd be in Vegas with my wife celebrating. Did hit some straight bets though. I was on Louisville plus 10.5 versus Clemson. Boom. Northwestern plus 1.5. They won in overtime. Man, and I was telling my boys in the group chat, they're all like, "Oh, we like Pitt. Pitt's the play today." And I'm like, "Nope. SMU minus 7.5," and they murdered them. It was a bloodbath down there. And I rounded out App State plus 3, 4 cashes. I think I went 4 for 9 on straight plays. So kind of par for the course for college football. It's been somewhere in the 45 to 55 hit rate for me. It could also be that I put out too many plays, boys. But
Never.
what are you
Never.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Hey, how about any thoughts on that Penn State Ohio State game?
I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Why?
Jake might have some. Yeah.
I'll throw too many bad words. Man, it's just two
They
coaches who can't win big games going against each other, and it's like who's gonna
Something's
got to
give. Yeah.
more to lose. That's really what
I
it
got
was.
a rebuttal. I got a rebuttal for that.
Let's
Why?
hear it.
What
Let's hear
big
it.
game? Now, when you're saying big games, are you talking about
Top
college
5,
football?
top 5, or like
Okay.
rivalry game,
Fair enough,
playoff
fair enough.
game, right?
You know, if we're just talking about ranked teams, I think Ohio State gets a bad rap because they're going into these buzzsaws against Georgia,
Dude,
against
come on.
Bama,
Northern
against-
Illinois was ranked. Buffalo was ranked.
Listen. That's not. I mean,
I'm just saying, ranking doesn't
you-
mean too much.
reaction is lending itself to Penn State just whooped your ass yesterday.
That's how it felt.
That's when you know you're spoiled. That's when you know you're spoiled.
Yeah.
Dude, you just beat the number 3 ranked team
Ah,
in
there
Happy
was-
Valley.
Were they really like? Should they have been?
Oh,
Should they
we
really
expect
know?
to beat them every
Yeah.
year. Which is it, Jake? Either you expect to beat them or your team's not good. Which is it?
They're too busy in the showers. We should always beat them.
Ho ho! Moving on.
And then
I said, don't let me talk about that game, man. Come on.
We have got a loaded football slate today. I know that you two guys have about a
Way
million
too many bets. Way
just
too
like
many
I do, just like I
Yeah.
do. And let's talk about it, man. Let's get the roundtable going. I want to start us off today, guys. I want your 3 best bets. Let's go snake format here. I want to hear what you guys are taking today. These lines were not speaking to me. I was not feeling good about these.
Yeah, I agree. I think this was a really tough slate. I didn't love any of it. My 3, I'll start it off, is the Rams -1.5.
Yes.
I really like them against Seattle. I think Seattle's kind of lost right now. DK being out is big, and
Yes.
I think they should be able to run the ball and throw the ball at will, and then get after Geno a little bit. So I like the Rams -1.5. And then I took 2 money lines as my other 2 best bets. I like Detroit money line, and then I like Cleveland money line.
Expand on that Detroit money line for me.
I think Love's not the same when he's had these injuries and he's banged up. He's turned the ball over a lot this year, and I don't think
little rainy
Detroit.
too.
Yeah, yep. And I don't think Detroit's the kind of team you can just turn the ball over against and give them possessions.
Agreed.
I think Detroit will be fine moving the ball in this game, and I like Detroit.
Kev, you said there's weather in the forecast in Green Bay?
Yeah, it's wet, sloppy in Green
That's the
Bay
only
yesterday and today. So
Goff outside is a interesting character.
yeah, they're gonna run the
Hey.
ball though.
Yes,
I think we're onto
agree.
something here. As a show, are we co-signing the under?
Yeah, it could
What's
be
the
because I
number?
think it's ground game. I think both teams want to run the ball in this game, especially Green Bay. I think they want to run the ball with Jacobs, with Love being hurt, or even if it might be Willis playing. I
Wow.
don't know, but
It's down to 47.5. I think it was 49.5. It's already getting bet down.
yeah.
So you
good
played
call.
Lions money line. I got to co-sign. Kev, I want you to go next. But I got to co-sign one of my best bets, Rams money line -125, dude.
Yeah, I like it.
I love them this week, man.
Why wouldn't you take the 1.5?
-1.5?
Yeah, for the better odds.
Dude, I don't know. Divisional game. I don't. I listen. If you watch the show, you know I don't care about laying juice. I just do not care. I'll lay a -160, -175 if I think it's going to produce results.
Okay, just curious.
Yep. A divisional game, man. So they come out of there with a 24-23 victory, and then I just lost by a hook. Not letting it happen.
Just straight up loss is fine.
Yeah. If I'm losing this bet, it's because the Rams lose this game. It's not because it's not because I got cute and laid a 1.5, dude. It's listen. We're talking about $1.10 versus $1.25. I'm not betting $10,000 in this game.
It
You know
adds up,
that
man.
juice isn't.
It adds up.
Not when you win, Jakey boy. All right, Kev, hit me with your 3 best bets here. I want to talk about it.
Yeah. So first up, I got Colts +5.5 at Minnesota.
All right.
Just
Can we talk about that game?
Yes.
Because I actually have
You
them
know-
as my bonus best bet. I like Colts straight up in that game, +205.
Oh
Okay,
my
I
God.
was gonna say what's the
Yeah.
number on the money line for Colts?
Yep.
You guys smell that?
Yeah.
You guys smell that? I smell a show bet.
Yeah, I like that game.
I'm
man.
all over the Vikings today. You got what? Colt
Really?
Flacco?
So
Yeah,
offensive
as a
tackles
bonus
out for
bet, as a
Minnesota.
bonus dog. Yeah, I like
What are we
it.
doing? What are the stakes?
Well, how much juice are you giving us, dude? Like this is not
5.5.
like an even bet.
5.5.
Oh, I don't. If I'm gonna bet it, it's like I'm only taking it with the money, like straight. I'm only taking it as a dog. I'm not betting it with points.
All our listeners are seeing your guys' true colors right now.
Says the guy who lost the last bet.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What, you lost the last bet we did?
You guys just
Scooby.
have-
Scooby.
All right, but
I
back to the
took.
game.
Yeah, whatever.
So I've got Minnesota's tackles out. I know they traded for what? Cam
Robinson, he's awful.
Right? Flacco starting for them, 7 TDs, 1 interception. That offense just runs better when he's in there right now.
He's good against the
Flacco
blitz.
has covered 6 straight. So I think Pittman, these wide receivers will get going. They're still going to run the ball. Hey, my plus 600 Minnesota to miss the playoffs starts here, right?
Got some unfortunate news for you guys. It ain't happening. Minnesota might miss the playoffs. I like that, but Indy has given up the 26th most passing yards. They're middle of the pack.
That's
passing
why
yards
later in I'll have it over.
They have given up the second most rushing yards on defense. Indy went into Jacksonville. Did they win against Jacksonville? You guys remember that? Joe Flacco,
Yeah.
your boy, played. Did he
No.
win? Did they win?
Yeah.
Did they lose?
No.
They lost to Jacksonville.
lost.
In
Yep,
Jacksonville.
34,
Joe Flacco, your savior. And now they're going to come in and beat Minnesota.
Yeah.
We don't like that call.
And Sam Darnold is your savior?
And with this bet today, yeah, he is. Yes, he is.
We'll see.
I'm
Okay.
ready.
I don't like it
moving
as a
on to
best
my next
bet.
one?
I don't like it as a best bet. Like I said, I look for dogs that can win and with big odds, and those are fun plays for me, especially when you parlay them. So like I have a dog money line parlay for later, but like that's what I'm talking about. So like if they played 10 times, do I think the Colts would win 8 of them or 7 of them? So I would bet it straight up. No, absolutely not. But that's not the point of it. The point is, do I think they could win a couple? And so it's worth the odds to play them on the money line.
Jake, don't mansplain this to me. I know your logic. Okay.
I'm just saying, man. The way you came at me, back off.
Kev, what's your next one?
Next up, I've got your Bills -6 at home against Miami. Hey,
Yeah.
Trivia
Please
question.
don't do this to us.
I stayed away from that one.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you guys stay away from it. I don't have to. So,
Oh, no.
I'm in your head. This is what you think's gonna happen, but I can actually place the bet. You can't. So, when was the last time? When was the last time that Miami beat Buffalo in Buffalo?
2016, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep, 2016. Tua has more interceptions against the Bills than he has any other team he's ever played. He had 3 in the game before he got hurt early in the season. Bills got their number -6 at home. I look for him to go up big. So, yeah,
Bills
that's
Mafia,
my second
if
one.
you're listening, I want you to point all your anger and aggression at Kevin after the game. If we lose
At
this
Kevin3E2
on X,
Hey,
yep.
I'm not a Bills fan. I'm not a Bills fan. That shit doesn't apply to me.
Pick a lane, Kev. You are or you're not. Are you with us
I'm
or are you
not.
against us?
I'm not I'm not with the not betting your own squad when it comes to the Bills. So.
I have a bonus best bet to discuss with you lads.
Okay.
New England against Tennessee.
Want me just to get into my best bets and we could talk about it? Kev, you gave out your 3, Kev? Will you recap that?
No. Let me hit my third. You guys are too busy moving on. Let me get to my third here.
We're excited.
I've got Ravens -9 versus Denver.
Oh,
that's a lot of points against a team that just
Ravens
lost to the Browns.
Ravens off a loss to the Browns.
Yeah.
Denver's last 3 wins: Vegas, New Orleans, Carolina. Denver it's not Denver right now. Baltimore's second best versus the blitz on offense. So, hey, Denver can bring it. Lamar's going to have a big game. He's going to break contain. I like Baltimore big in this one. That's my 3 best bet.
No. Too many points, Kev.
Dude, Jesse is like the anti today, dude. He is the anti.
I'm here to discuss. I'm here to discuss. If I'd agree,
he woke up on one.
Well, what's your counters? What's your counterpoints?
I don't know, man. I just that's too many points.
Nice discussion.
Too many points to a Ravens team that lost to the Raiders at home.
Yeah,
like
and the Browns last week.
Travels, man.
Yeah.
Denver went into Tampa Bay and held Tampa Bay, one of the highest scoring teams in the league, to like 7 points. Like, this defense travels, man, and Ravens defense is not great. I know they're rounding into form, and their rush defense is it's not bad. What are they? Baltimore Ravens. So they're 5th in league EPA against the rush, right? But against the pass, dude, they're
the worst.
They're the third,
against Bo Nix
worst.
Passing.
I'm just, Bo Nix he's getting a little something behind him right now. I just think it's too many points. It's just too many points for me.
He showed better. I just think Ravens coming off that loss. They're going to roll them.
So situationally, Kev, situationally, Ravens off a loss at home to Denver, who, maybe we're getting too high on Denver, right? To your point, who did they beat? Right? Maybe that is a thing.
I think the only thing to go for with Kevin that I like is that to beat the Ravens, you got to throw the ball. You're not running the ball on them to beat them. They give up 55 yards a game to running backs. Like, you're not.
Yeah, how about a Javonte Williams?
So do I trust? Under? Yeah, especially since they want to give Estime more touches now. I don't know. Like, do you really want to trust Bo Nix to carry Denver to a win over the Ravens? Like, unless that defense for Denver is going to be forcing turnovers, and I don't know, man. That's a tough one for me. That's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points. That's my only hang up, is it's a lot of points. Mm-hmm. That's all. Okay, so Kev, round out your 3 best bets one more time.
All right, so I was at Colts plus 5.5, Bills -6, and Ravens -9.
Those make me sick to my stomach.
That means they'll probably be winners. So
that means
sure
you're probably gonna go 3-0.
folks.
Yep, round robin them, parlay them, do it all, money line them. Okay. All right, best bets. Jake, I co-sign you. Rams money line. We talked about that already. This Rams team, they went from almost sellers to, hey, look at this division. The division's in shambles. We could win this division, right? So I'm here.
Can we talk about that division?
Let's
real
do
quick. All right. So who's your favorite to win the NFC West? Arizona's 2-0 in the division. Everyone else has at least one loss in the division. Like, they're all right there. Like, pick your horse, man. Like, who do you guys got in that division?
I bet Seattle plus 250. Let's see. I think it was before they played the Bills. I bet Seattle plus 250. And then DK went out 2 weeks in a row. And hey, that offense doesn't function without DK.
Yeah, for sure.
Very similarly, how Cincinnati has not been functioning without T. Higgins. It's the same. Mm-hmm. It's the same concept. Now, I like Seattle's team a little bit more, and I just, the San Francisco 49ers, I don't think they could overcome those injuries, man. I don't know.
Schedule too.
Yes, that's it, Kev.
They got a tough schedule. So that's what I was just looking at, because common sense would tell you San Fran, but just history would tell you that. But man, their schedule.
Yeah.
So they've got Tampa, Seattle, at Green Bay, at Buffalo, home against Chicago, home against the Rams, Dolphins, Lions, Arizona. Arizona to end the season. Like, that's a tough one, man. They got that first place schedule. We talked about it. I just like the Purdy and the offense kind of not they have good numbers. That looks the part in the box score, but at the end of the game, the score they kind of stall out in the red zone. I'm kind of off them. With that being said, I don't trust Arizona.
Dude, do you see Seattle's close to the season? Do you see their, speaking of schedule, Seattle goes
didn't get to theirs yet.
So Seattle finishes the season home versus the Packers, home versus the Vikings, at Chicago, at LA Rams.
Oh no.
That is pretty brutal. And before that, they have at Jets, at Cardinals. Like that Rams, I mean, Seattle's in trouble, man. They go Rams this week, 49ers at 49ers next week, Cardinals, Jets, Cardinals, Packers, Vikings, Bears, Rams. Like, where are the wins in there?
Yep. Okay, so check this out. Here's updated odds that I'm seeing right now. San Fran is minus 125. The Rams plus
I
450.
took the Rams. Yep.
Now Seattle, I got them at 250. They're up to 500 now. So 2 losses. That's what it's going to do for you. And then Arizona is actually the second favorite, plus 400. So San Fran minus 125, Arizona plus 400, the Rams plus 450, the Seahawks plus 500.
It's because they're 2-0, and then their schedule too. So the Rams schedule, the Cardinals schedule is a lot easier, I think, overall. They got Bears, Jets, Seahawks, Vikings, Seahawks, Patriots, Panthers, Rams, 49ers. So the Cardinals have some wins in there.
And they've already beat the Niners. Oh my gosh.
And they're 2-0 in the division. They're 2-0 in the division.
All right, guys. Let's talk through this right now. I am holding a Seahawks plus 250 ticket, which where'd Kev go?
He dropped out real quick. There we go. I'll fix the graphic till he comes back.
Yeah. So I'm holding a plus 250 Seahawks ticket here. What these odds being what they are now, where would you go here? Would you go Rams 450? Would you go Cardinals 400? Would you take both?
Yeah, that's interesting. Oops. There you go. I would almost
all right, I'm back.
I would almost hedge your bet, and I would add to it, right? Like I would add another unit or something onto your bet for
Seattle
the Seahawks,
plus 500.
And then I would take one of the other long shot ones just to hedge it for fun.
I think I like Arizona.
Yeah. I like the Rams, man. I think the Rams are going to get hot, and they're going to start rolling.
So here's the thing. With these odds the way they are, I mean, plus 400, plus 450, plus 500, you could put
9-1.
You could put a unit on each, and you're going to come out on top as long as the Niners don't win.
Yep.
So
as long as you don't. Yep. I agree.
Now, unfortunately, okay. So this is the play. I think I worked it out. I put, I think a third of a unit on Seattle because I already have them plus 250. Now I got them plus 500, and then a unit Arizona and a unit on the Rams, 400, 450. And now I'm going to make money no matter what.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
You like that? You like that? All right. So Kev, who are you taking to win the NFC West?
Yeah, before I
NFC
cut out
West.
there, I think Jake, you ended up going with the Rams. Is that what I gathered from that?
I'm going Rams. He's going Cardinals.
I was contemplating Cardinals or Rams. I don't think I trust Kyler Murray in that defense. I think it's the Rams, man. Even though they're last right now in that division. They're getting healthy at the right time. I think that defense was young. The second half of the season, I think they're going to be a little bit better. McVay, second half of the season, get them guys rolling. I think I'm rolling with the Rams on that.
You guys know what's going to happen, right? It's TMC's going to come back.
It's going to be
Niners
Seattle.
going to go undefeated.
Yeah.
0 for 3. No one to blame.
That's why it's a fun topic. All right. You got what? 1 or 2 more best bets?
I got some, but we got some comments here. One of you guys running the comments?
Sure. I'll run it.
All right.
Tin, what up, bro? Thanks for coming over. He's one of my boys
man.
from my work chat.
What
we
up,
always
Tin?
have a good time. Go Bills, Sabres stink. Yes, they do.
Oh my gosh!
Fire everybody. Rebuild.
I did hockey hotline with Beyond 716 yesterday morning. Do Champions
God,
Network.
That must have been brutal.
Oh, I went in, man. I went in on the Sabres, dude.
You got to get rid of Adams, dude, and just start over, dude. It's that bad.
Yep.
He's made some atrocious trades.
Yep. Thanks for hopping in the comments, guys. If anyone's listening, you got questions, you got bets, fantasy football, something, put them in the comments. We'll gladly help you out with our worst advice.
Yes, you're at a vent. It's very cathartic. Very cathartic.
All right. So I'm on Rams money line, co-sign with Jake, yeah? Oh, here we go.
We got a fantasy question from Tin here.
Tin.
Talking about the Rams. Opinion on player. for Puka today. He looks like he
is
fell on
playing.
his knee during practice, and I think it's more of like a contusion type thing, not
Yeah.
a structural issue. I'm all over it. I think when he plays, they don't hold him back, and they're gonna feed him the rock, and they like going to him over Cup.
Yep, he's expected to play today too, which is another reason why we are on them. Okay, so hang on, he's got Xavier and Thomas on the bench.
Yeah, Worthy and Thomas. I'm playing Puka, man. The upside.
Wait, is it
too
Worthy
big.
or Leggett?
Is it Leggett? I
Either
thought
one.
Leggett when he put it.
I'm
Yeah.
playing Puka.
Either way, I think, yeah. Brian Thomas Jr. is playing. Initially, he was potentially going to be out, but I'm pretty sure he's playing.
Okay. Yeah. I don't like. I think Philly's defense is.
He said it's Worthy.
Okay.
So.
Ooh,
Okay.
man, that's tough, man. You have to go Puka. The upside, the ceiling
yeah,
on Puka
Puka's
is just
playing.
way too high.
They
And
fed
the
him
floor,
last week.
for him is so high when he plays.
Yeah.
It's like
I do think that Worthy is going to have a game as well, but just maybe not as big. Tin, thanks
anytime,
for hopping in,
Tin. Yeah. Anybody have fantasy questions? Just questions in general. Like, feel free to post them. We'll definitely talk about them. So
we are chomping at the bit. All right. Rams money line co-signed with Jake, one of my best bets. I then went to Philadelphia -7.5.
I like
This
it.
is a tale of two teams.
Talk about
that are
a
going
hook, though.
Oh, dude, they're going to beat them by 2 touchdowns. Easy.
Mm.
They just went into Cincy last week and buried them. Buried them by 20. Now you got the Jags coming to town without Christian Kirk. Brian Thomas Jr. is questionable. Gator Gabe Davis. Gator Gabe out there is catching balls.
Let me see the pirouette.
He's
guy,
out.
My guy, Gator Gabe, he ain't catching balls. Yeah, he's out.
I think he's out. Yeah, I think he's going to be out.
They're going to run the ball in Philly? Get it out of here, dude. Philadelphia -7.5.
I like that one.
Sold. All right. And
What's your
last
third?
one, Titans -3.
Ooh, okay.
You wanted to talk about it. Here it is.
Yeah, I do.
That's
I
it.
do. If I'm gonna
Detroit,
take a swing
yeah.
on a game, I like New England at +142. For the simple fact of like the Titans suck, man. Like New England sucks too. So if I'm gonna take a dog, it's gonna be a dog in two bad teams duking it out. Mason Rudolph, like, not good. And I think Drake May gives him some upside with some big playability. So I'll take New England +142.
Even
I won't
with
do
the
the points.
Detroit, even with the Detroit knee, that's right. New Tennessee coming off the Detroit game, right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
I'm bucking the
right?
trend this week, fellas.
Are you bucking the trend? Yeah.
Teams are 0-5 straight up and against the spread after playing Detroit the next week. And if you count the Cowboys, who had a bye in between, 0-6 straight up and against the spread. I'm bucking that trend this week. This is a get-right spot for the Titans at home.
Get right.
Patriots.
What is that? The team can't even get right. Like, they're done, dude.
Drake May's playing. Drake May's starting. I think I seen that today.
Yeah, he's still seeing Tweety Bird, dude. Don't worry about it.
Just throwing that out.
All right, so I got another question for you guys. Do the Jets make the playoffs? Now here, listen. They're 3-6, right? You got to figure what? Do they 10-7 is probably their comfortable spot, maybe. 9-8, I don't think you make it in the AFC. I think some teams are going to start winning, but maybe. So they're 3-6. Here's their schedule. All right, so count wins in your head here. At Arizona, at home versus the Colts, at home versus the Seahawks, at Miami, at Jacksonville, at home versus the Rams, at Buffalo, at home versus Miami.
I've got them winning
4 and
3
4.
of them. 3 or 4, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tough.
And what are they at right now?
Hate
3
to see
wins?
3-6. So they got to get.
No.
They have to win at least 6. They have to win at least 6.
They've only won 3 up till now. No way.
Dude, they still got the Dolphins twice and us once. I mean, just
I got
that
them beating the
alone.
Dolphins.
They're going to Arizona, and I don't think you're feeling confident there. Seattle's coming to town in 3 weeks, and they got a healthy DK probably then. I don't know, dude. We'll see what they're made of, I suppose.
Should be fun. Nothing better than watching the Jets lose. So.
Aaron Rodgers, Jets, Devontae Adams, all just not making the playoffs. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Texas, Jets missing the playoffs, boys. You can count on that every single year. All right.
The only thing that didn't work is every time the Raiders trade somebody to another team, that player ends up being a stud, and that did not happen yet in this scenario.
He caught a touchdown last week.
I think it was his best game, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Against a Houston team. Hey, we cleaned up on Thursday night too.
That second half, though, like I kind of question how much you can read off of that, because it seemed like as soon as Will Anderson Jr. went out of that game, that's when Rodgers was able to start throwing the ball, and that that offensive line was able to protect a little bit. So
it was a fluke win, but it was a good spot for New York Jet bettors like myself.
Yeah. Yep.
Follow us on TikTok. No.1.2.blame, putting out all kinds of awesome content just about every day. We're putting something out. Make sure y'all go and check that out, guys. I want to get into this is what we do in the show. We do 3 best bets, we do a parlay, and we do the 10-point Neffy special teaser. From there, we will talk about all of the bets that we like. But first, give me your parlay that you like the most for the show this week, Jake.
I have to go first.
Kevin.
I can go. Yeah, I got you, Jake.
I'm not ready.
So I've got a couple unders here on some totals. So we didn't talk a whole lot about this game, which we shouldn't, but Cincinnati and the Raiders under 46. I just don't like I don't like the Raiders to score much. Cincy's going to get theirs, but I still like the under in this. And then I have the Vikings Indy over 47. Both these teams are bad versus the pass. I look for a lot of passing in this game. So, yeah, I like the over 47 on the Vikings Colts. Thoughts?
Odds on that?
Plus 260.
I think I like it.
Under Cincy Vegas 46, over Vikings Indy 47.
I think I can co-sign that. Jake, how do you feel about that?
I like it.
Yeah, Kev, I'm with you there. Do you want me to go next?
Yep, sure do.
All right. So I am laying 3 points with Atlanta at home to Dallas. Atlanta -3. I just hate Dallas, and I think until they get their defensive guys back, they're gonna have a rough time. They can't run the ball. Ezekiel Elliott is a healthy scratch today for disciplinary reasons. So they got Dalvin Cook and Rico Dowdle running the ball. I mean, I just think Atlanta at home is to play -3. And I am taking the Chicago Bears on the money line in Arizona.
Oh.
Chicago's going to go in after that abysmal performance last week. They're going to throw it all over the Cardinals today. They're going to run it on them. I think there's going to be some points scored in the desert today, okay? And odds on this, Atlanta -3, Bears money line plus 277. Book it.
What was wasn't that the Denny Green? We let him off the hook. Wasn't that the Bears Cardinals game?
It might have been, dude.
I think it was preseason game, actually, if I remember. Hey, Atlanta. So Atlanta, I love the Atlanta -3. So Kirk Cousins also a little sneaky thing here against Mike Zimmer, former coach when they're both in Minnesota. So Kirk going to know how to work him and know how to get the offense moving against that defense. So.
Yeah, I think Atlanta reminds me of Tampa Bay when they got Tom Brady, and it took them a little while to gel, right? They have all these new pieces gelling, and hey, you guys see what Kyle Pitts has been doing lately?
Mm-hmm.
I know you have.
And Bijan should feast on that team, catching the ball, running the ball.
Man, with everything.
I think it's a smash spot. I like it.
Yeah.
Jake, did you put a parlay together for us?
I like it as well. I took Atlanta money line -176. I like New England plus 140 and Cleveland plus 100. I did a little threer, plus 652 for the three of those.
That's gonna be your show. That's gonna be your show parlay. Plus 652.
Yeah.
Do you want to cook something else up?
Yeah. What do you want me to cook up? What do you want me to cook up for you?
All right.
Call me the parlay chef.
A little more palatable.
Just call me the parlay chef, man. I have a
parlay.
I have a dog money line parlay that I like, but
We'll get to that. We'll get to those. Plus, give me a 2-team parlay. That's what we do here. Come on, give me something good.
All right,
here.
hey Jake, cook that up. We got a little chat. We got a comment here. We'll pull up while you're working on that. Starting both Keon and Shakir today. Smart or risky move by the baby Noah and Aaliyah movement.
What I would ask is, who else, wide receiver wise, do you have in your team? Is one in a flex spot? Is one in a wide receiver spot? I need a little bit more information with that. I like both of those players. I like them both today versus the Dolphins, but there seems to be that there's got to be better options.
Yeah. So I would, and we talked a little bit about this. If you got a more risky boomer bust wide receivers already starting, I would go with Shakir because he's going to be a consistent. He's going to get catches. You know what you're getting. Keon is more of a boomer bust guy. He might have 3 catches for 150. He might have 3 catches for 17. He's more of a boomer bust guy. Tough to start them both, though, in my opinion.
Starting them both is really decreasing your odds, in my opinion.
But I will say,
there should be some points.
Being the old guy on the show, there was a guy in a fantasy league I played in years and years and years ago. He literally had Marshall Faulk, Torrey Holt, and Isaac Bruce on his same fantasy team back in the Greatest Show on Turf days. He ran the league that year, starting all 3 of them guys off that offense. Now, they're not that, but it brought up some memories there.
Hey, so Matt's in the chat. Will you pull up Matt real quick? Matt in the chat asking for the Dude Champions parlay. Matt, put it in here, dude. What is it? Put the betting slip in our brand, Matt. Come on. We don't know what the parlay is yet. Did you put it together? We'll see what he says to that. Jake, did you cook up a little 2-team parlay?
Yeah, I'm gonna go points on this one. Take the big spreads. I'll take Tampa and Denver to cover.
Woo! Yeah. What are those odds?
Plus 256.
Okay. What are you getting? Denver at 9, Tampa Bay at 8, 8.5?
It's up to 9.5 for both.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Love it. Love that. Cosign, cosign, cosign.
He texted the Bills
parlay. Right. So, Buffalo Bills, same game parlay. Do Champions. We put these out. It should be out on socials at Do Champions everywhere. Josh Allen over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Jonnu Smith 4+ receptions. We'll talk about Jonnu Smith. Devon A-Chain anytime touchdown scorer. James Cook anytime touchdown scorer. Dawson Knox over 7.5 receiving yards. And the Buffalo Bills money line is plus 3,395, 339 to 1. $10 wager is going to net you $339.53. Man.
Yeah, Nick, I am that old. I'm the old guy, man.
What had no idea.
He just said it, Kevin.
Yeah. Kevin has to wear a backwards hat now.
I try to keep the yeah.
Have you considered growing
backwards
out a
hat gang?
Maybe just growing out a mustache, dude. Look at the youth that I have in this clean-shaven face, dude.
That makes you look like you're my age with just a mustache.
It makes me look pre-diabetic is what it does. All right, guys. We got our best bets in. We got our parlays in. How about my favorite, the Neffy special, 3 legs, 10-point teasers. Kevin, I'm going to go to you first.
All right, so I've got New Orleans plus 2.5 against at Carolina. Derek Carr's back. They'll get on track a little bit. Carolina's terrible. Both defenses are bad, so I just look for Carr and that Saints offense to kind of roll. Paul Blart, how's the segue?
That should have been the Halloween costume.
No running in the mall.
So yeah, New Orleans plus 2.5 at Carolina. Second leg, Jacksonville plus 18 at Philly. 18's just too many. Jags aren't good, but they will throw the ball, try to keep this close late. So just too many points, plus 18. And then third leg, New England plus 13 at Tennessee. Tennessee coming off the Detroit trend. 13 points. New England, Drake May's playing. They'll be a little better. Both teams, 28th and 29th in points per game. Just not going to be a lot of points scored in general. So, 13, New England plus 13.
I don't hate that. I could ride that. The Jacksonville one makes me nervous. Philadelphia is a wagon right now. The Jacksonville could get blown out like they did in Buffalo. Philadelphia just went into Cincinnati and beat them by 20. So makes me a little nervous, Kev. But hey, man, live your life. Jake?
I got Cleveland plus 11.5. Washington plus 6.5. And Dallas plus 13.
Okay. Yep. A lot of tight spreads. Use the 10 points. I like that. Playing with the dogs. I like that. Sound strategy. I copied some of that. Kev, you're going to love this. The Raiders plus 17.5 in Cincinnati. Gardner Minshew.
That's not enough points. That's not enough
Gardner
points.
Minshew will keep him in this game. Cincinnati's defense is not great. I think everyone's putting up points on him. And T. Higgins is not playing today. So I don't think Cincinnati's going to have the firepower to bury him.
Moss is out too, I think, for Cincinnati.
That's might be a good thing.
It is, and we will talk about player props with Chase Brown coming up. I also got Minnesota plus 4.5. The Raiders. Minnesota plus 4.5. Even if they lose, it won't be by more than 3 or 4 at home. So I like that 4.5 hook. And I'm taking a divisional game, home dog, New York Giants plus 14. Ugly, but they played Washington tight last time. They're going to play them tight this second time around in New Jersey. The New Jersey Giants. Let's get it straight. There is one team in New York, and it's not the Jets, and it's not the Giants. Raiders plus 17.5. Minnesota plus 4.5. New York Jets plus 14. Boom.
I got a dog money line parlay too before we move to player props.
Hit me.
Because I'm a sicko. Colts plus 205. Patriots plus 142. Cleveland plus 100. Put all three together plus 35.60. Book it.
What are the odds? I missed it. I'm sorry.
35.60, my friend. Juicy.
Wow. 35.60?
Lucy. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Hey, you know what we need to do today? I want to build a lotto on the show today.
Okay.
I want to build a lotto for the people. Crazy.
I do have one built too. So.
Well, of course you do. The Prince.
I got
of
everything, man. The parlay Prince is ready.
I want to get a
bunch cooked up. I hit a couple last week. Let's keep it rolling.
Hey, do you guys want to hit same game parlays before we get into player props?
I do have a same game parlay.
Kev, do you got anything same game parlay?
No. Let's just roll with Jake's there.
I got a couple. So go ahead.
I have two same game parlays. We'll use this fancy new thing here. Look at that technology. Do got to move the branding though. There you go. Woo! All right, so Dolphins Bills. This is a little running back. Nobody can stop the run parlay here. I like Devin A-Chain to catch over 4.5 receptions and over 38.5 receiving yards. The receiving yards is a best bet for me. The Bills give up most receiving yards and receptions to running backs. And then I like A-Chain to go over 70 rushing yards as well in this game. I like James Cook to go over 70 yards in this game. And then his receiving yards is only 16.5. Which he's done in most games this year. And then Ray Davis over 19.5 rushing yards as well. You put all that together for plus 52.44.
Love it.
What do you guys think? You like that one?
Hey, we got a question in the comment here.
What do we got?
Nick Albini, Talon Jake. Jake, what was your last leg on the dog parlay? Cleveland, Indy,
New England.
New England.
and New England. Moneyline dogs. Shout out Otis. I got this hat on for you. Otis is the original artist of the painting in my background. I'm blowing up his spot right now, but you got to tout that, man. The dude is a creative genius. The artist formerly known as Otis. Cleveland, Indy, New England. Jake, I love this
and
same game parlay.
it's you got to include Dallas in there as well. Sorry, I forgot Dallas. I was scared to
Oh.
call that out. Apparently,
Oh, so it's a four-legger.
it's a four.
Four-legger for 35.60.
Indy, New England,
Dallas.
35.90
Hey,
now.
I'd leave
They
Dallas
gotta
off
win,
of
man.
that and roll with it. Leave Dallas off of that and roll with it. That's my thought.
That means Dallas is gonna be the one leg that wins. It's 13.88 if you
probably
leave
right.
Dallas off, but they got to win that game, man. They got to.
ugly.
All right. So yeah, that's the same game parlay. You want to do yours, and then I can do the other one.
Yeah, I got two. Mine are much shorter though, and I don't have a fancy bet slip. But we will. We can put these in graphics, guys. But I mean, is the show better with 100 graphics, or is the show worse with 100 graphics? I like Jake's bet slip there, but if we're gonna have a graphic for every single thing we do,
No FaceTime. Yeah.
Otis Michaels, the heartbreak parlay kid.
I love that. That was great.
Jake, you would love Otis. You too. This guy has been blowing up our group chat. You should see him. He loses more one-leg parlays than Matt does. I'm telling you right now, it is impressive.
That's impressive. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to the Cincinnati Raiders game here. Joe Burrow, 11 rushing yards. Chase Brown, 49 rushing yards. Alexander Madison, 32 rushing yards. Those are all alts except Joe Burrow's. Plus 197. Thoughts?
I like all of them, actually. Madison, 30. What'd you say, 32 on Madison?
Just 32. It's all Matt.
I have a no bet on Madison. I refuse to bet anything that he is on. I will not bet it. I will not co-sign it. I cannot stand him. I refuse. So
They
anything but that leg.
Okay.
Yeah, Jake's right. I mean, Jake is right, but he will get a bunch of carries, and you just gotta hope he breaks one to get you to third. You know, he is gonna get the majority of the carries though. So Zamir White is officially just awful. Not that Madison's better, but
let's see here. Let's see his last several games. So Madison had 15 yards, 92, 33, 38, 60 in his last 5 games. So I'm just asking for 32.
yeah, I think you're good.
Right? And listen,
Yeah,
he
doable.
played the Browns, Broncos, Steelers, Chiefs, and Rams there. They all have pretty stout run
Pretty good
defenses, too.
defenses, yeah.
So that's where I
like
was
that.
at with that.
I think I'm like 0-5 with Madison, so I just stay away.
I get it,
Hey, I
dude.
get
I got
it,
players on
yeah.
my no bet list.
No, yep.
All right, I got another alt rushing parlay. It's a quick one. We're going to the
All right.
Washington game, and I need to check. Do we know, is Brian Robinson Jr. playing today?
It'll be a game time, I think. Still questionable, but it's they're saying have Eckler ready if you got him in any fantasy leagues.
Oh my
That
god!
game time decision. So
I
it's a
will
little-
I have him in my flex spot, and when we get to fantasy later, I'm gonna need some advice from y'all. This parlay, I thought he'd be cleared by now, but apparently his hamstring is lingering. But I got Robinson 58 rushing yards and Jaden Daniels 48 rushing yards. That is plus 204. Obviously, with the injury, that's a tough one. But the New York
say,
Giants
yeah.
are 28th in rushing yards allowed. And when it comes to EPA against the rush, the Giants are 23rd. Okay. So I think they're going to be able to run on them. But if Brian Robinson Jr. can't go, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Okay. We all make mistakes, guys. And I'm not calling it a mistake yet. If he doesn't play, then I think they'll probably void the bet, right?
Yeah.
Depends who you bet with, but yes.
All right, Jake, you had one more for us?
Yep. I got one more. It's same game, same guys. Throw it up again if you want to change the brand real quick so we can see it. Thank you. I like Devin A. Chan to go over 80 yards and James Cook to go over 80 yards. Now, I can't say that I came up with this all by myself. It's kind of been going around social media a little bit. I think the first person I saw it with was Sherm Geezy. He's a Bills Mafia guy.
Shout out to Sherm.
Yep, shout out to Sherm. So I put both 80 plus, and then I did a James Cook anytime and a Devin Chan anytime in there as well to make it a 4-legger for 24.04.
The Prince of Parlay.
Just getting started.
I think I like that.
Yeah.
It's a fun
I
one.
think I like that. Yep. I mean, listen, when you're sprinkling on just little sprinkles on stuff like this, I love it. I love it, man.
Right.
Creative.
Let's
man.
talk
Cook
about that.
some
Like,
stuff up.
let's talk a little bit about like betting on parlays like this. Like for me, I look to hit one of these. Like we're talking, 1,500 plus odds. At least.
Yeah.
I'm looking to hit one every like couple weeks. So it's not like this is like bet your major money on this or major units. It's literally just lay a little here and there, and if you hit one every couple weeks, you're profitable. So for me, like that's how I play these. So I'm just cautioning people, like, don't expect to hit these at a high rate. Like, it's just really not possible. If I bet 7 in a week, like I'm hoping to hit 1. So 1 in 10 in these is good, is a decent hit rate. I try to hit 2 or 3 out of 10. So just educating people who aren't familiar with long shot parlays, like it's a long shot for a reason.
Yep. I co-sign that whole thing. It's just light sprinkles, man.
Right.
Let's go. Shout out Haj. What up? Win the straights to sprinkle the parlays. That's it, man. You got to build your bankroll with some good straight bets, or bankroll builders. These alt parlays that we put together. If you can get like 2 or 3 alt lines, preferably probably 2 alt lines that are 20 to 30% under, whether they're receptions or receiving yards, passing yards, whatever they are. But if you can get even odds on a 2-leg for 2 guys that are probably, that put up good stats, take the alts. I like those a lot too.
Yeah, I got a fun one here. It's a wide receiver anytime. Devonta Smith, Amon-Ra, Josh Downs, Jamar Chase. 4-leg anytime touchdown parlay. We hit 2 anytime touchdown parlays last week. So this one's 35.88.
I love it.
I like that one. Yep.
Jakey.
Just trying to cook a little something up,
Chef Jake with the pot, boy. All right. I'm going to go and place that bet. Leave it on the screen for the people at home like myself who are watching our show. And
let me put it back then.
Right.
There you go. Let me change the branding again. There we go.
I want to talk player props, gentlemen. I've got a bunch of player props today.
Yep. You and me both.
Kev, what do you got?
I have 7 parlays in total, just so people know. I've shown 3 of them, so I have 4.
Don't lie, you've got 17. Don't be modest.
Maybe I'll hold a couple to myself, but for the show, I have 7. So
how many have
3.
you shown? 3? Okay.
3 so far.
We got to sprinkle these throughout the show. I mean, you're
right,
the Easter bunny here.
Yeah, don't want to blow it all at once.
Okay.
I have a ladder as well whenever you want to get to it. So
I do too.
Yes.
I got a juicy. I got a ladder. I have a ladder and a ladder opportunity today. But Kev. Player props. How many player props you got today?
I got 7.
I want to hear a couple of them.
Okay. Yeah, I put these out on X, on TikTok this morning. Yeah, so I've got in the Eagles game, I've got.
Do you have a graphic?
I do not. No, do not have a graphic.
I thought didn't you put a graphic out for those?
I did not put it in here. No.
Pull it in. All right,
go ahead. Somebody else go. Yep, somebody else go.
Because I want to see it. I want to see these shiny new graphics that we got.
That graphic department coming through.
Hey, the graphic department is underpaid. Okay? Underpaid in the graphic department. Jake, one more time. Devonta Smith,
anytime touchdown. Amon-Ra, St. Brown, anytime touchdown. Josh
All right.
Downs, anytime touchdown. Jamar Chase, anytime touchdown.
All right. The Downs one. I like the Downs one.
All right. I've got a graphic pulled up here. I'm going to go full screen Kevin? For mine. I thought we were going to my props.
We are.
I'm just messing with you.
So anyway, yeah, I'm going to pull full screen up here, go through mine, rip through them real quick, and then we can share on the last one for you.
Hey, go slow because it might have a little input here.
Okay. Yeah, so starting off here, AJ Brown, anytime TD plus 100 against that Jags vaunted defense.
Cosign.
Evan Ingram, same game, anytime TD, 240 plus 240. I will say I put this in early when I thought Brian Thomas Jr. was going to be out, but I still like it. He's hit off a lot. Just need to get in the end zone with one of them. Then Gardner Minshew, over a half interception, minus 130.
Ooh, I love that.
Of course. Same game here. Brock Bowers, anytime TD, plus 200. I have stayed away. I've stayed away from him in a lot of these props, but man, leading the league in receptions, like he's good, man. They find ways to get him the ball. Nobody else, but they do get him the ball. Justin Jefferson, over 84.5 receiving yards, minus 115. And Michael Pittman, same game, over 53.5 receiving, minus 118. I feel like they're going to throw the ball in this game. So both sides of this, that's kind of why I'm on both sides of these offenses in that one. And then last, Cooper Kupp, anytime TD, plus 120. Also put this one in early whenever thought Puka was going to be out. So I don't love it as much as I did early in the week, but still I think a decent play at plus 120.
Hey, Cooper Kupp's still that guy. Let's not forget. Kev, I love those props. Jake?
I like it, man. I do. I like the Evan Ingram one a lot. When Christian Kirk doesn't play, they feed Ingram even more. So I like that one.
Cosign. Jake, you want to talk about a couple player props? Do you want to? Why don't we give some out and let's get a little feedback since Kev went through his. Kev, you're the peanut gallery. We need to hear what your thoughts are on these.
Sir, sure. I got a best bets parlay of player props. So let's hear what you guys think of these bad boys.
Everyone, open up your apps.
Yep, get ready. Get the fingers ready. I got a Cade Otton over 6 receptions. It's plus 110. He's done that in the last 2 without Evans and Godwin. He's done it in 4 of 6 games total. And KC gives up the most receptions and yards to tight ends.
Love it.
So again, Cade Otton, 6.5 receptions. It's an alt reception line, so you got to go to the alt receptions. It's plus 110. I think his number's at like 4.5.
I got it at plus 102 right now.
Yeah, perfect. I like anything Cade Otton this week with all them receivers out, all the injuries. Yep.
Is it a parlay or just the one bet?
It's a parlay, baby.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
It's a 5-legger best bet parlay. I got a Sam Laporta over 43.5. It's minus 113. He's done that in 3 of 4. Green Bay gives up the 6th most receiving yards to tight ends.
Are we worried about the weather?
No, because I think that I might even like it better for that because they like to do some screen stuff with him and some simple stuff with him and shit. One reception with him, he goes over that.
Over 43.5?
Over 43.5. That's what it was last night.
Okay, I got it.
Has it moved?
4. Nope,
okay,
you're good. But it's
no, don't bet it. It's 44. It's no good now.
No, it's the same thing. You rascal, you little parlay prince rascal.
All right, next one I touched on earlier was Achan over 36.5. I think that line has moved some, so see what it's at now. But over 36.5.
43 is the even number. I'm going to play the alt at 33.
Wow, it's moved that much. 7
Yeah.
yards. That's
I'm going to
crazy.
play the alt 33.
All right. The Bills would give up the most receptions and yards to running backs.
Okay, so hang on. Would you co-sign 43?
I think I would. I think I would this game. Yep.
Or should I take it at 33 since it's a parlay?
What's the odds for 33?
Minus 213.
Yeah, I'd take the 43.
All right. Boom.
Or if you're really worried about it, you can go receptions. If you can get receptions over 4.5, that's
So the odds go to 450 and they go all the way up to 625.
Yeah. It just
All right, we're
depends
cooking.
how,
Keep going.
how greedy you want to get. All right, next up, Jaden Reed. 50 plus receiving yards. It's an alt line. That was plus 102 for me. He's done that in 5 of 6 when he doesn't have an injury designation. He doesn't have an injury designation for this game. Detroit allows the most receptions and yards to wide receivers.
I got
And 50 yards
46
with
minus
him is
121.
Perfect. I did an alt just to get a little more juice on it, but
Yeah.
it's up to you. The last one is Ray Davis over 19.5 rushing yards. He's done that in the last 3. They like to feature him a little bit. There's a lot of game scripts here where I think he gets plenty of carries, especially later in the game. So 19.5 is not a lot. So Ray Davis,
Would you do 11 or 21?
21.
Okay.
So for me, that was plus 2,300 for those 5.
I got plus 2,400.
Like it.
There you go.
Retro Reggie.
I like it. That is the best
Zoink
bets
scoop.
parlay.
I love it. I love that.
It's a
I
good
love
one.
it.
It's a good one. Do you want to go into my ladder real quick since it's on one of these players?
Hit us, laddie daddy.
All right, Jaden Reed ladder here. I think his line sank because of his injury that he was carrying, and then also the up and down with the quarterbacks and stuff like that. But his lines are criminally low, like criminally low. So I'm gonna bet all these, and I'll layer them. So I'll start low early, or I'll bet more early and then decrease my bet. Yeah, this one's good. Buckle in, boys. So 50 plus, like I said, is plus 102. 60 plus is plus 154. 70 plus is plus 230. 80 plus is plus 320. 90 plus is plus 450. 100 plus is plus 600.
Yes.
110 is plus 830. And
More.
125 is plus 1200. He's gone over 125 twice this year already. So
I love it.
I will be layering that ladder and hoping that Jordan Love can do something, or they'll at
Star
least
Wars
hit one
fans,
bomb with him.
Insert Kylo Ren. More gif.
I'll be interested
Love
to
it.
see if how Detroit matches up against him. Like, do they do like branch on him? Do they does Green Bay run motion with Reed and move him around? I'm interested, but really, I mean, one reception with him could go 80 yards. So
I love it. I love it. I went first time here. I think we're doing this. How about a passing touchdown ladder, boys?
love it.
Ooh,
We haven't
How
done
about a
that yet. Let's hear
passing
it.
That's a
touchdown
first.
ladder.
that's a first.
Love it.
Ooh, Chef was cooking. Here we
Do
go.
that.
Jalen Hurts. All the air out of the balloon. Wah, wah, wah. Let me tell you why. We're going to start the ladder at 2 passing touchdowns at plus 112. Okay. Jacksonville defense tied last in passing touchdowns and second last in passing yards allowed. Jalen Hurts threw for 1, ran for 3 last week. They ain't going to stick to that game script this week. I promise you, they're going to pass all over him. Okay. 2 plus 112. Let's go to 3 at plus 354. And 4 passing touchdowns. Jalen Hurts plus 1254. Take it to the top. Good little Motley Crue in your life, huh? What do we think, boys? What do we think?
I'm worried.
It doesn't matter what you think.
I'm worried.
I think they might pound the rock. Yeah.
Loco, man. You got to get a little crazy.
I like the aggression on your part, but
Yeah.
Hey, I think we need to talk about ladder unit scale real quick. Your
Yes,
first
let's do it.
rung of your ladder unit needs to profit enough to cover the rest of the rungs of the ladder. Okay. So make sure your first rung isn't, it should be about even money, maybe like a minus 115, minus 120 rung to start your ladder. The profit from that should cover the rest of your bets. So if you win the first rung, hey, you win. If you everything else from that is a bonus profit. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
yep.
That's the point of the ladder.
Sold. Okay.
Love it.
I also have Jalen Hurts, 217 passing yards, minus 114.
If he's throwing for 4 TDs, he's going to hit that number.
I also am firing him up in fantasy, baby. Let's go.
Love it.
I also, just real quick, I put here, I bet Romo Dunze 36 receiving yards, minus 117. And in parentheses, because I wasn't sure yet, I was teetering. Is this a ladder opportunity for Romo Dunze versus the Cardinals starting at 36 yards?
I won't touch it. But it is an opportunity,
I
yes,
think
for sure. I don't trust him, man. He's too up and down, and I don't. Yeah.
Well, I think Caleb's too up and down. I mean, he was
Yep.
terrible in that Washington game for 3 quarters and then got it together. That would be my worry, I think. Just
But the point-
consistency on both parts.
The
Yeah.
point of the ladder, though, I think is can you hit the first one, right? And then are the
Yes.
odds
That's
after
a low
that,
number. That
right?
is a
And
low
all
number.
you're trying to do is
Yeah.
hit the first one to then break even, and then the rest of it you're just gambling with house money, right? So
Yes.
as far as if the odds are good enough, then yeah, I'm all over it. I would
He's
take
went
a
over
run at it.
36, 3 out of the last 3, and 4 out of the last 5. He's gone up to 112. I'm just saying.
What are what are the odds of the ladder or parts of it if you don't want to go through the whole thing? But
Let me
Go
pull it.
through it. Let's see it.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. If we're starting, let's see if they shifted first and foremost. They already shifted. How about a little CLV for your boy here? I got him at 36 minus 114. He's at 39 minus 114 now. Closing line value. Get your bets in early in the week. Do not wait until noon. But if you are, hey, tune into us because the Prince of Parlay, Kevin and myself, we got you covered. All right. 39 plus minus 114. 49 gonna get you plus 125. 59 yards plus 179. 69 yards plus 258. 79 374. 89 yards plus 549 and 99 yards plus 819. Take it to the top. All they offer is 119 plus yards plus 1967. I think there's an opportunity there. Unfortunately, I also think there is small opportunity with Keenan Allen and DJ Moore. So that's why I bet the lowest rung, and that's it.
I would take a Dunze over the Keenan Allen side of that. Just pure youth and upside, break one potential.
Yep. All right. How about can you guys co-sign a Drake London touchdown plus 110?
Oh yeah.
yeah, I love
Oh,
that.
sign.
Absolutely.
Sold to the man in the Buffalo Bills hat and the man with the backward hat. Jake, hit us with another player prop. What are you liking?
Do you want me to show it or do you want to just talk about it?
Show us, Jakey.
All right, let me see. Got it set up here. One
Deep
sec.
cuts only with Jake and Kevin and Jesse.
Oh boy. All right, this one is a little fun here. I got a first touchdown scorer parlay here, boys. Never done one. I wanted to try one. Here it is. So this is first touchdown scorer. We got David Montgomery plus 550. He's been the first touchdown scorer in 4 of the last 5 games.
Interesting.
I like Kareem Hunt, first time touchdown. He's done it in 4 of the last 5 games as well, plus 390. And then Derrick Henry, first touchdown scorer, plus 300. He's done that in 3 of the last 5 games. Fun little one to obviously don't lay heavy here, but plus 13,000. I thought it was pretty fun to get a little action early in these games.
Put the mortgage on it. Don't be a
What's
coward.
your thoughts? What's your thoughts, boys? What's your thoughts?
I like it. I like it. Yeah. The fact that they've all three have kind of been on that trend and been doing it. Yeah, I do like that.
These are not dart throws. The Prince of Parlay doesn't just throw darts with his eyes closed at a board. The Prince of Parlay backs it up with stats and analytics. That's why we brought him on. Do Champions, head of stats and analytics, Jake. Make sure you check out his podcast every Saturday, The Buffalo Blueprint. He's always got amazing guests. He's talking about power rankings in the NFL, which I love and eat up. He does previews of the games. He talks about his own bets. And we're lucky enough, Kevin, to have Jake come on here and bless us with a plus 12,068 first touchdown parlay.
I think Jake brings some structure to the pod.
I'm off the rails over here.
Keeps
covering your eyes, picking stuff. So for this one though, like a question for you guys, like I've debated this one, like on a first touchdown one like this where they're all laying decent odds. Do you sprinkle each bet straight with a little action and then do the parlay? So are you doing like a third of a unit or something per bet and then doing your parlay? What would be your strategy here, Jesse, to hedge this parlay?
So those odds are a little juicy here, depending on what your unit size is. Let's just say your unit's $100. I'm probably going to throw like 10 to 15% of a unit on each of those because the odds are anything over plus 200, 250. I'm quarter unit and below. So, if you want to throw a quarter unit just to make it, palatable, quarter unit, and then maybe, 5% of a unit on the 3-leg parlay.
What do you think? What are your guys' thoughts on just throwing an anytime TD on each of the three as opposed to a first down? You know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
I love that too. Yeah, I love that too. And I think we should build a 6-leg anytime touchdown parlay on the show. That's what I think we should do.
All right, we could do that. I got another one unless you want to wait.
Let's co-sign another bet here. What do you guys co-sign? Same game as Drake London. You guys co-sign a CeeDee Lamb minus 110 touchdown?
Yeah.
CD's gonna eat if anybody does, and that yeah.
Drake London plus 110, CeeDee Lamb minus 110. I mean, Atlanta is 26th in the league defense passing touchdowns given up. I mean, if someone's going to get one here, it's going to be CD, right? I mean, maybe Ferguson, but I don't know. I could see CD just ripping one off or ripping one in the end zone. I mean, he's that guy, man. How about let's take it to this New Orleans game. I got 2 in this New Orleans game. You guys have anything New Orleans, Carolina player prop wise?
Yeah.
Perfect. I got an Olave touchdown.
Do I have anything? Come on, man. You know better than to ask that.
Cosign an Olave touchdown plus 140.
Yep. I actually looked at that. It's at 129 right now, I think, on some. Yeah.
Closing line value. Get it while it's hot. We're serving it up hot and ready. I also went ahead.
You know what else I like? Oh, sorry. Xavier Legette plus 300 anytime TD in that game.
Yeah. Those odds are too good. He's banged up, though, Kev. I think that's part of the issue there.
Legette?
Yep. He's going to play, but I think it's a tough one for him. Hey, we got a comment. Someone hit that comment.
Let's see here. The King.
The Parlay King.
Hey, Aaron, my cousin. Let's go. Yep, they dubbed me the Parlay King. Or the Anytime Touchdown King. And then you guys think I'm the Parlay King. But Aaron thinks I'm the Anytime Touchdown King because I really like my Anytime Touchdown parlays. And I have one for you later in the show.
We want to hear it. I got one more, though. I got one more.
Right.
Derek Carr is coming back. Raheem Shaheed's out. Guess who else is back? Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill, anytime touchdown, plus 160. They love to get creative with this guy. He had 4 rushing attempts last week, okay? They're going to get creative with him. You got Kamara in this game too, but Kamara anytime touchdown, it's like minus 260 or something crazy. I ain't with that. I can do a 2 touchdown, but I ain't with it. Chris Olave plus 140, Taysom Hill plus 160. Carolina is tied for last in the league, passing touchdowns given up. Those odds are too high for Carolina being that bad against the passing touchdown and the pass, and Raheem Shaheed being out. That's all I got to say about that. Jake, pull it up, baby.
Like it.
All right, I got a little 5-legger that includes a piece of this game. So let's do it. Fix the screen for me, boys. So I like the Devin Achane again.
You're all over him today.
I am, which means it's probably not going to hit. I like Devonta Smith over 56.5 in this game. Jacksonville's given up the 4th most receiving yards and receptions to wide receivers. That's minus 113. I like Bijan Robinson over 101.5. That's receptions and rushing yards combined for that one.
You missed a leg on that one.
Yeah.
Did I
Second
miss a
leg
leg
down.
on that? One,
The
two,
Shakir.
Oh, yeah,
Over
yeah. Sorry,
4.5.
I'm reading it in a different order. So Shakir over 4.5 receptions. He's done that in 2 of 2 games with Amari Cooper playing. He's done it in 4 of 6 full games where he wasn't injured because he had the ankle injury. So I like Shakir over 4.5 receptions. I did the Bijan Robinson one. And then Kamara over 4.5 receptions. He has done that in the last 5 of 8 total. And Carolina gives up the 2nd most rushing yards and rushing touchdowns to running backs. So,
Love that.
Like,
Jake.
Yep.
I got Bijan. My book doesn't offer rushing and receiving props combined, unfortunately. Which one would you pick? Would you pick either of those, or would you co-sign? Because I actually placed Bijan for receptions minus 109.
let me
How many?
see. How many receptions?
4.
I might like that. Give me 1 sec.
Out of those 3 bets, are you co-signing for this parlay, since mine does not offer a rushing and receiving combined?
Okay.
Are you going with
See,
4
so
receptions?
the 4 receptions is tough because he's done 3 or less in 4 games. So
Okay. So would you go with 27 plus receiving yards?
he's only done that in 4 games.
27 plus receiving yards?
Yeah, he's gotten
Okay.
25 and 21 in 2 games.
So how
I would take that over
about
receptions, though.
76 rushing yards?
He's only done that in 3 games. That's why I like the combined, because he's either or. Like, he either does the
Do
running.
the combined, Jake.
I know,
I think I
but
like
I'm explaining why.
out of them 3. I think I like the receiving yards number. Because if he,
What was
he
the
breaks
receiving yards?
24, is that what you
27.
said? 27.
Play that. I agree. A co-sign with Kevin.
Thanks, guys. I'll tune in next week.
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
Click.
Good having you. Good having you on the show.
Let me get this Kamara receptions in. I'm tailing Jake, and I'm sending you an invoice too.
Good. Like it. I got 1 more. That's it. And I'm done though. So do you guys got anything else you want to talk about parlay wise?
Nope.
Of course. We want to build a show parlay, of course.
Oh, okay. All right. So you want me to do mine and then we'll do the show parlay?
Yeah, go over ahead. Go hit one more, and I got some more player props, and we got to hit fantasy, and we got to hit DFS as well.
So last week was National Tight Ends Day. We hit 2 nice tight end touchdown parlays. We had a plus 5,000 and we had a plus 1,500 on the touchdown parlays for tight ends. So I figured we'll go back in the bucket. Anytime touchdown one more time. Why not? So I got a Cade Otton anytime touchdown plus 240. TJ Hawkinson anytime touchdown plus 240. I really like this is like a random strategy for me, but I'd really like when good players come back from injury and they haven't played yet in a season, because the first thing, or even when trades happen, stuff like that, because the first thing you build in a lot of times in the offense is red zone, and you want to get them a couple plays that you can
Get them
the ball.
involved, yeah.
Right. So I like TJ Hawkinson here a lot. Plus 240 I think is really good odds. I like Sam Laporta plus 220. And then Jonnu Smith is a sneaky one for me, plus 370.
This dude got a podcast earlier this year and talked so much
I
shit
know
about
I
Buffalo.
know, I
He
know.
said the Buffalo wings aren't even good in Buffalo. What are you talking about, bro?
This is how well I know you, Jesse. I built this with him, and then I also built it without him, just
Thank
so
you.
you could feel better about betting it. So if you do all 4 legs, it's plus 17,286. Pretty damn juicy 4-legger. If you don't feel comfortable putting in Janu because whatever, you're
We
Jesse.
hate him.
Just the 3 of them without Janu is plus 3,600. So
Wow.
still juicy for a 3-leg
Yep.
anytime touchdown
Juicy,
parlay.
Juicy, juicy.
Can we hit it one more time, boys? That is the question of the day.
I think so. So you're going Hawkinson. Okay, are you guys? You like Hawkinson?
You missed that conversation, but
Oh,
I
did.
like a guy's first game back from an injury.
I have my headphones on. I heard you. So
Okay.
you guys, are you guys segue this? Are you guys firing him up in fantasy today?
Well, they didn't have lines for him when I looked earlier. They might now, but they didn't earlier or last night, I should say.
No,
What's
you
funny
playing
is
with
I
fantasy.
have
Not
have
DFS, not
Hawkinson-
DFS,
Oh, in fantasy, yeah.
football.
Yeah.
I have
I just-
Hawkinson and Otten in one of my leagues, so I'm actually starting Otten over just because I have him. If you've got Hawkinson,
That's
Yeah.
exactly
you're
what I'm
probably
asking.
starting him
Yeah.
unless you're just. Yep.
I think
So-
I
Hang
I don't know, man. That one's tough. I kind of would take Hawkinson just for the fact of they held him out extra long to make sure he's good to go, but I mean he's coming off a major knee injury and first game back, so that one's tough for me. I don't know. It'd be a flip of a coin, but Otten's definitely the safer play. Kansas City has not been good against tight ends, so
So I'm playing this parlay without Smith,
worst,
and
I believe.
then I'm playing it. I'm playing it without Smith, and I'm playing it without Hawkinson. Otten and Laporta each to score once plus 800 itself. So I'm playing it 3 different ways. Boom, boom, boom.
I like
So
it.
who would, if you're playing fantasy football, you got Hawkinson. You're excited to get him back. You know, Minnesota's been passing the ball like crazy this year. Darnold's been spreading it out. Who are you starting him over? And I'm gonna lay this out for you guys. Okay, are you guys playing Pitts? Or are you guys playing Hawkinson?
Hawkinson.
Pitts.
Quick, be quick. Okay, Tucker Kraft.
Hawkinson.
Hawkinson.
Dalton Kincaid.
Hawkinson.
Hawkinson.
Sam Laporta.
Hawkinson.
Laporta.
Cade Otton.
Otten.
Probably Otten.
George Kittle's on a bye. I think that's pretty much the tops of the tight ends right now. Is there another one I'm missing in fantasy? Oh, I'm sorry. Brock
Kelsey,
Bowers. Brock Bowers.
Bowers.
Probably Bowers.
And then last one is Kelsey. Yep.
Hey, real quick. Yeah, Kelsey. I'll go Kelsey, I think. Real quick, Brian Robinson inactive today, Jesse.
Shit.
Damn.
All right. Okay. Hey, then I got something I need from you guys here. I got him in a flex position in a high stakes league. So he's going to be out. Okay. So flex position here.
Okay.
I'm starting Pitts over Hawkinson, but I have Hawkinson, Cortland Sutton, DeAndre Hopkins that I could play.
Say
This
that
is
one
a
again.
half point PPR.
Okay.
One flex position. I have Deebo Samuel and I have Metcalf, who are both one's on a bye, one's not playing. So I'm forced now. I had Brian Robinson in my flex. I can pivot to DeAndre Hopkins, Cortland Sutton, or TJ Hawkinson, half point PPR. Hopkins
I'm
versus
taking,
Tampa
I'm
Bay.
taking Hawkinson.
Versus Indy. And not Sutton versus Baltimore. All have very favorable matchups.
Yeah.
Kev?
Sutton just hasn't had the ceiling that I would go for. I think Hawkinson's ceiling is way higher. I know it's his first game back, like we said, but they were cautious with him. So
So you guys aren't playing Hopkins? Oh, we lost Kevin again.
I'm not based on his first game. I mean, it was only his first game, but he had 29 yards. So
Andy Reid said he's going to involve him more on Monday Night Football.
yeah,
more
they
rest.
say that, but again, though, like
Tampa
it
Bay's
depends how
defense is
you're.
not good.
It depends how you play your fantasy, though. Like, do you go for upside? Do you go for floor, like highest floor? Because there's different strategies for it. So I think it really depends. Like, if you're going like highest upside, I think it based on last year, it's got to be Hawkinson, right?
So it is
But
a flex. It's a flex position. And I feel like flex, you do want to go with upside, right?
yeah, I don't know.
If
I play it straight
if it
across the
was,
board.
yeah,
It's
okay.
still a
Well,
it's still one slot on your fantasy team.
all
I don't think
right.
it matters whether it's flex or regular. It's just
I think you want your other positions though to be a more confident play than you do your flex, because
I don't think
typically
it
your
It's still a
your
slot. It's
flexes.
still one slot. So I don't understand that logic. Like they all have the same value as far as what they provide to your team.
Well, you can't draft studs for 8 or 7 rounds in a row though. So typically your flex is going to be maybe a little bit weaker, maybe not.
Yeah, but we're not playing week 1. We're with buys and injuries and things like that. So that doesn't exist anymore. Your starting lineup usually isn't the same as it was that you drafted. So I think you're just trying to get.
You're lending to my point because my best players are hurt right now. So because it would be a no-brainer to start Metcalf, would it not?
Yeah,
See what I'm
I
saying?
agree with that.
So I think we have to go with in this specific instance. I want to go ceiling. I'll pick one. How's that sound? I want to
If it's
go.
ceiling, then I'm going Hawkinson all day.
Yep. Then I put him in.
Yeah.
And send me your remit address. I'll send you my invoice.
Like
All
it.
right. Kevin is
Amari Cooper inactive.
Whoa.
Ouch. That's not good.
They couldn't just trot him out there.
Yeah, right. That's what I would have done. No.
All right. Kevin is out for the rest of the show. He's having technical difficulties.
Too much fun.
We're gonna drag this to the finish line. All right, Jake. I got a couple more player props. I want to co-sign from you. Okay.
Okay.
How about an Aaron Jones parlay? Aaron Jones touchdown and 63 rushing yards plus 134.
I like it. I think it's a good matchup.
I played it a couple weeks ago against the Rams. Didn't come through. Indy is the second most rushing yards allowed. And
I really caution people on that Indy defense and what they think of that defense, because they are night and day difference this year with a couple of their players that have been in and out. So I really am nervous of that one. I think they're a lot better rushing defense when they have a couple of their players playing, like Grover Stewart and stuff like that. So I worry about that one. I almost would prefer a rushing receiving one. I know you can't do that with Aaron Jones because what he does in the screen game and stuff like that.
Yes.
So.
If I could, I would. I would. The thing I like about the Jones touchdown here is Jones can catch a touchdown or he's going to rush one. Not every back is doing that. He does it all for Minnesota. Yeah. Same game here. Justin Jefferson, 6 receptions and 74 receiving yards, minus 127.
What was it?
Justin Jefferson, 6 receptions and 74 receiving yards, parlayed together, minus 127.
I like it. The 6 is a little worrisome to me, but I like it.
Okay. How about Malik Neighbors, 71 receiving yards, minus 114?
I think I like it. Yeah, against Washington.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any fantasy conundrums that you want to bring up today?
I did have one.
While you're looking for that, I have one
lineup again.
I got a 6-point teaser that I want to give out today, and it's the most obvious one on the board, in my opinion. Go with the 6-point teaser, co-signing this right now. New Orleans, minus 1.5. Philadelphia, minus 2. 6-point teaser. The odds are probably minus 120. I love that. Obviously, Philadelphia is one of my best bets today, and New Orleans going up against Carolina. I mean, you could tease that down just to win, both teams to win by a field goal. I love that. That's the Wong tease, right?
Yep, I like it.
Did you find your fantasy question?
I did. Do you like Mahomes or Goff?
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Goff outside in a wet Lambeau worries me, but Mahomes hasn't been doing a ton this year.
I'm going to go Mahomes this week because we're going to buck that narrative of Casey's offense. I think now that they have Hopkins as a wrinkle, they got Worthy, they got Kelsey, and they got Kareem Hunt. I think that Mahomes, and you know what I like about Mahomes? He's been doing it with his legs a little bit too, right? So you got some rushing upside that you do not have with Jared Goff.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, I like it. Are we gonna go DFS now?
I think we should.
Little DFS.
Let me pull this up.
Pull it.
All right. I'll go snake format as per tradition. We like to use FanDuel. These are our DFS lineups. Week 9, I'll go Kevin myself, and I'll kick it to you, snake format. You ready?
I'm ready.
Kevin went with Lamar Jackson, 8,900. I paid up for quarterback here. Not something I typically like to do, but I love Jalen Hurts today. $9,300 for a reason.
Big money.
Yep.
I went Joe Flacco on the value. I think that's just way too much value. I mean, the difference between Flacco and Hurts, $2,300 is crazy. So I went value. And then I went Tracy, 6,200 for the Giants. I think
Dude, he's been
they're
a
feeding
stud
him.
this
Yeah,
year.
man, he's been awesome in the air and on the ground. So 6,200 is way too good.
We talked about him preseason coming out of Purdue, Kevin and I,
Yeah.
and he's doing it all for him right now. A little.
I wanted the Bills to take him, man, real bad.
Yeah, same. So I went with Zach Moss out and Vegas's run defense being mid. I went with Chase Brown, 6,300. Kevin went with your boy Achan, 7,800, and then he came back with Dobbins at 7,100.
Christian Benford inactive.
Oh,
as well as Amari Cooper. Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's a blow.
Wow. That is not good.
Let's round this out and let's do a little Buffalo preview. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, sounds good.
So Kevin went with Achan, who's sounding better and better now, and then Dobbins at 7,100 here. I don't like the Dobbins play personally versus the Cleveland defense. How do you feel about that?
I don't either.
Sorry, Kevin, if you're listening. I went back to Aaron Jones, 7,500, paying up a little bit, but to your point, you get that rushing plus the receiving out of him.
Yep.
I like that, and I love your pick here.
I did the same thing. Bijan rushing, receiving against Dallas defense. I think it's a good one. Hopefully, he scores a couple touchdowns. And then I went Josh Downs. I think when he's healthy, and then with Flacco, they feed him a lot, and so I really like him here.
I'm with you. I was in between Downs and another guy on that team, which we'll get to. Just the price did not lend itself. I went Chris Olave, man, 7,100. Shaheed out. I just think Carr's going to hit him. I think he's going to pepper him, man. Look for him to get 6 to 8 targets maybe today.
Doesn't work. Worry you a little bit about the Carr Olave relationship? They just haven't clicked, those two. It's weird.
I don't think they're going to have a choice today. That's my opinion.
Yeah, you might not be
Yeah.
wrong.
Listen, it's going against that logic, right? And playing maybe it's not a low price player, but is Olave? He'll probably be popular today. He's playing the Panthers, so
I mean, I think most people would agree Olave is a legit wide receiver 1, right? I mean,
yep. Oh, absolutely.
So 7,100 for that is pretty good.
I agreed. Thank you for that. You made me
You're
feel
welcome.
a lot better.
Kev
went Cooper Kupp, 8,200. A lot of money, but I did the same thing. He also went Lad McConkey, 6,400. I know you can co-sign that. So I went with Michael Pittman at 5,800 here.
I love Michael Pittman. Love Michael Pittman.
Yes,
the only issue for me is his back, and he just has not been getting the volume this year. And I don't know if that's because of the back. Even in Flacco games, he had the one good game with Flacco. So
yeah,
I
Flacco
just worry
found him
a
in the
little
end
bit.
zone a couple times though.
I agree. And at that price, if you get a touchdown and 3 receptions, I think that's really nice.
That is exactly my logic. Thank you for the cosign there, sir. Hit me with your next 2.
I got McConkey as well. I think that price is just too good. And then Devonta Smith. Same reason why you like the Eagles. I really like Devonta Smith.
I do too.
7,800.
I love Devonta Smith today. So I went with Jacoby Myers. Volume base price point here. Obviously, I paid up for Jalen Hurts. I had to get a little creative. Strictly volume here. Cincinnati's pass defense is sus. Gardner Minshew is going to pepper this dude. Him and Bowers should see 10 targets each today, in my opinion. Kev went Cortland Sutton, taking a risk there, which I don't mind at that price point against a porous Baltimore defense. He then
I almost went Sutton as well.
Yeah, for sure. That price is good for Sutton. Another wide receiver 1 price you're getting there at 6,000, right?
Yeah.
He also went Mark Andrews, 5,800, which I can't get behind. I know he's resurging, but Denver's defense, man, I don't know.
That's something that held me. Like that price is so good, and I think Andrews can score on anyone, and Lamar, wants to get it to the tight ends in the middle. But yeah, that Denver
Agreed.
defense has been real stingy. So
I mean, our tight ends, I paid $500 more for Sam Laporta here.
right,
I think Laporta is going to have a nice game today. We talked about
I think
touchdowns.
so
We talked
too.
about his receiving. I mean,
Yep.
I know you're all over him. And then, I mean, yours is only $300 more than Mark Andrews.
Yeah, and they're feeding him. So I like Kate
Exactly.
Otten too. Yep.
Yep. Awesome play there.
Is it Achan? Achan?
Achan.
Achan. So I got him
Achan.
at 7,800, and then I went just a cheap defense. Like you as well. 3,200 Giants. Hopefully they can make a play or two. That D line has been eaten. And so
Yep.
maybe they'll be able to force a turnover too, a couple sacks. You're just looking for some kind of points at a bargain price with your defense.
Yeah, it's between them and Carolina. And I just, I think the Giants can make more plays, man.
Yep.
In a divisional game, too.
I agree.
So,
I don't trust Carolina to do anything on defense.
nope. So I was
And the last thing you want is them to get you negative points, right?
Dude, exactly. I also I went Cooper Cup for 8,200 with Kevin. I just I think it's gonna be a cup game today. I think they're gonna feed him. Puka might be hobbled out there. He's gonna play. I think you got to fire him up no matter what because of his ceiling. Cooper Cup is fully healthy though. Let's see him get back on track. Kevin went with Khalil Shakir 6,100 with that Cooper news. It could go either way, right? Cooper was a nice little decoy for Shakir. Now with him out, is Shakir going to get the same volume? Stay tuned.
Right. Does it get more? Does it get less?
Exactly. What's their game plan look like now? Detroit at 3,700 for Kevin's defense.
I like those running back plays more now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, your running back plays are sick. Do you have – okay, let's talk about the Bills real quick. So Benford out. Cooper out. Are the Bills
both massive.
So next man up, is it Elam?
It's got to be. I'm sure they'll play Ingram as well, right? Depending on the situation, maybe down in distance.
They will absolutely rotate him. You're 100% correct.
Right. But I
love that.
I like Ingram. I think he's showed well when he's been given opportunities. He turns the ball over, which is nice. Ball hawk. I think it's a good spot for him. But yeah, if Ingram has to play, I feel good about that too. The big thing in this game is tackling and keeping everything in front of you. So I like Ingram better in that instance, but this game might come down to turnovers, and so Elam has shown an ability to do that in pretty much every game he's played in. So
Jake, we got some late line movement here. So the Bills went from 6.5 to 6. I'm sure some of that Cooper Benford news, maybe a half point, probably what it's worth. New England Patriots went from +3 to +3.5.
Wow, yeah.
So might be getting a little Tennessee Titans money. Best bet. What up?
Yeah.
Browsing through here, the Raiders went from 7.5 to 8.
Wow, I still have them at 7.5 on FanDuel.
Okay. The Lions are now down to -2. That's interesting.
I have them at 2.5 still.
Yep. So we're seeing some late money come in on some of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's the show, Jake.
That's a show, man.
The show, brother.
Does Benford and Cooper change your thoughts at all as far as points, the spread, anything like that? I mean, we're talking, a player doesn't normally move a line too much outside of a quarterback, so
Bills Mafia is not going to want to hear this. And the Bills have played next man up for 3 or 4 years. So I need to digest this a little bit. But initial thought, dude, I didn't like the Bills -6.5 today. I think it's going to be a closer game.
Yeah. It's at 5.5 now, and the over-under is 49.5.
I think the over is a play today. I think my boy Hodge was in the comments. I think we got one. Kyer has speed to keep up with Hill and Waddle. Yeah, but he doesn't know what direction to run. That's a problem.
I don't want anyone keeping up with them. I want them keeping them in front of them.
He's got the speed, but he just can't. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. All right. Hey, the show is brought to you by Altered Grounds, W Energy, Kayak Pools, and Sons of Erie. Make sure y'all go check them out. Altered Grounds, AGNOTB. Get $300 off a project at $3,000 or more. Free consultations, the St. Louis Metro East area. Just go with all of the Midwest there. Kayak Pools, man. It's wintertime in Buffalo. start thinking about that pool. So we got you covered from the Great Lakes all the way to the Midwest with pools, altered grounds, kayak pools. Pick one. You can't go wrong. W Energy, link in the bio, w.gg, dubby.gg, 10% off with the promo code DUE. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, do_Neffy, at Jake FB Data, at Kevin3E2. Do champions everywhere. And make sure y'all are tuning in Saturday nights, Buffalo Blueprint podcast with Jake. Hey, I might say it might be one of my favorite shows, Jake. Might be one of my favorite shows. Might be one of my favorite shows. Let's have a day.
Like to hear. Let's hit a parlay. Let's hit a big one. Let's go that first touchdown parlay. Let's hit it.
I love it. I love it. All right. Hey, as we say at Do Champions, Jake.
It's good to be seen.
Good to be seen. No one to blame.
No one to blame for Kevin.
Yeah, we're going to be blaming Kevin.